And went on essays, political comments, interviews, the works of Cristian Parvulescu. This is a very clever, uh, calm, decent, and interesting person. He is a politolog, an analyst. I think they put on CNN when they have these people commenting on the latest Trump shenanigan. The latest I heard last night was his involvement in a clash with Nordstrom, a chain or a big department store, who stopped selling Ivanka Trump labels or something. So, therefore, the president of the United States gets into a clash on Twitter, where else, with this chain because they're so bad, Ivanka is so good. This is not stopping. This man is really something. Coming back to our analyst, he had some very very good explanations about what's going on in Europe. And I don't know if you mentioned America, but that covers America as well. Especially in the context of today. And it's not just yesterday. I was thinking that this is a man I kept hearing with smart, good assessment of situations, keeping his cool even when invited in a panel, in a circle with all kinds of dummies, Neanderthal men, and representatives of the Red Plague, party of the descendants of communists, and communists in many ways themselves, who are out there just to bark, utter stupid, false, provocative sentences, but let's move them aside and come back to this man who shines in such an entourage, but generally. And he was talking about Russia, about the fact that they have this strategy now within which they eliminate the difference between war and peace. They're always in a conflict. They use propaganda. They have all sorts of means and speculate all kinds of situations. Again, last night on French channel, TV5 this time, they were discussing the way they want to interfere in the Emmanuel Macron case, the one who seems to be the front runner now that François Fillon, a friend of Putin, by the way, is having trouble on account of his hiring and paying of his wife a huge amount of money, 800,000 euros or more, for what seems to be no work done, and that's from taxpayers' money. So I don't know what they plan to do with Macron, but they surely have something in mind. They interfered in the US elections, hacking the emails of Democrats and sending them to WikiLeaks. And Parvulescu was talking about Europe mainly, where I remember another case where a Russian-German young woman pretended to have been molested, I don't know, even raped by some immigrants, I think. She pretended they were. But it turns out to have been a case of manipulation. They tried to outrage, to send the public in one direction. Parvulescu was talking about some subliminal messages, some situations where people were unconscious that this is going on with them. And here, we're talking here. And one case was the Alliance for the Traditional Family or something like that. I don't know what they're called, but many lunatics there who have convinced people with some brains, but taking into the wrong direction. And the other one maybe comes back to me. This was a case where they try and yes, I know the cases of some children and their family. Their family, the parents in particular, have been separated because in Norway, I think it was, so the West, this is an issue of presenting the West as bad, evil, and then moving people, population segments at least, away from West and Western values. So in Norway, they said, well, we heard from one of the children that you're not treating them right, so until we decide, you're separate. We take care of the children, and you are separated on standby, I think it was. So people were revolted, protests, mainly by those from the same group, Seventh-day Advent, I don't know what it was. I think it was a religious group. But the public opinion, not 80%, I don't know the percentages, but good segments moved towards a support of this family and against this human rights as seen in the West, the standard at least. And the same thing with the traditional family. There are some here who have conservative, brainwashed, communist ideals and so on, and they insist on banning rights in the end for gay people.